Yeah, you know what Kevin Owens is doing.
Yeah, he's mocking John Cena here. This is right out of John Cena's playbook. But Owens better not be looking ahead. He better not be worried about John Cena in 2 weeks at Battleground. He's got to keep his focus on Finn Balor. Kevin Owens, top rope! Balor countered! Balor got the knees up! Finn Balor! Kevin Owens is he's done for! Owens is done for! Cover by Balor!
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Fatal 4A podcast. I'm your host, Jesse the Man Lopez, alongside Ernest Zamora. And we got two special guests in the house right now. Ladies and gentlemen, the newest addition to the Ultrasonic Entertainment family, the Horrors of the Universe podcast. Guys, introduce yourselves to the Anime Fun TV universe.
I'm Joe Graciano. How's it going?
That's it.
Well, I can say some other stuff, but I mean, I don't want to be a 2-hour intro. So,
Do you like walks in the moonlight?
I do.
Anywho, if you hear any, can we cuss on this?
Sure, why not?
Oh, fuck yeah. Anywho,
Yeah.
if you hear any, if you hear any outbursts from me, I'm Steve-O. I'm one of the co-hosts with the most. Sorry, Beetlejuice. Anywho, yeah, I'm the founder of Horrors of the Universe, along with my side show Bob right here, Joe Graciano.
I'm the fun one.
Yeah, thanks for having us here, guys. So, what's on the topic today?
Well, we're going to have interesting topics. We're going to talk about the Beast in the East pay-per-view at live event in Tokyo, Japan on July 4th.
Ooh.
We're also going to be talking our top 5 pro wrestlers in the industry of all time. Then we're going to go ahead and we're going to do our memorial to the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes, who passed away about 2-3 weeks ago.
You're going to make me cry.
The feels.
The feels will happen when we talk about Dusty.
Yes.
So with that, we're going to go ahead and jump into the Beast in the East pay-per-view. Ernest, how did you feel about that? How did you feel about the card in Tokyo?
Very unique, actually. Of course, being in Tokyo to begin with, I actually woke up. I had my alarm set so I can actually watch it. And from start to finish, I enjoyed it.
You know, this is only the second time that it's happened that WWE has even attempted to do this as the time differential. Of course, being SummerSlam with Bret Hart and British Bulldog back in the UK. So it was very interesting on seeing it. Joe, did you catch the event?
I actually saw it. I knew about it and I heard about it, but I actually watched it in the morning. I think I woke up around 7:30. And I just saw it, and it was really cool. It had like a ECW kind of vibe to it, I guess, the arena. So that was really cool.
Oh, ECW.
Yeah, you know that it was just a very intimate setting in that sumo hall.
Yeah.
It was very awesome, and some of the people that were competed in the matches were from had experience going into Tokyo itself. Steve-O, did you catch the event?
To be honest with you, no.
Too early in the morning.
Wait, when was it?
July 4th.
Yeah. Oh,
Super early in the morning.
I was hungover probably. I had a DJ gig, so. Oh,
we'll see. Don't worry about it. We're gonna go over the card, all the good stuff right now. The first match, it opened up with Chris Jericho. Surprise. He's been doing this on and off touring thing because he's with Fozzy right now. He's got his podcast and he's doing some other things. So every time Jericho comes in, he's only doing house shows. So he's making it like a tour every time that he comes back. So right now, Jericho went over against Neville. I thought that match was very awesome. A lot of complaints from my other friends that were on Facebook saying that Neville should have went over on Jericho. Ernest, how did you feel about that match, the first one?
No, I liked it that Jericho won. I think since the beginning when Neville came to the roster was that he needs to build up the momentum to be a underdog instead of being this high, kind of like Cena. You don't want that. Yeah. You want to build up the underdog because we no longer have Daniel Bryan, which was the underdog essentially. But now you have to build up Neville as the underdog. He's got great talent. He's got great capabilities, but he's coming up short every time. That's what they need to build up, so that way when he gets his first win, or at least title match, it's more memorable.
Yeah, most definitely. Joe, how did you feel about that the opening contest?
I loved it. I thought it was great. I have a theory about Neville, but I want to save it later for when we talk about the Finn Balor and Kevin Owens match, because it kind of puts everything together about what I want to say, and I don't want to spoil it just now. But I thought it was great. It was just the kind of match that I miss seeing, on WWE. Well, I call it WWF because it's still going to be WWF to me. So
It will still always be WWF to me.
so if they want to come after me, I'll take the blame. I'll pay the fines, but it's WWF to me.
You are aware there's going to be a panda waiting for you in front of your house.
Oh, there probably will be, just waiting like in a mask.
Can I keep it?
Yes.
Sweet.
But I thought it was really good. I like Neville. I think he's getting a great start. I mean, Jericho's familiar with Japan and everything, and he's familiar with the high flying stuff. So, I mean, it was really interesting to see those two, come together. So I thought that was a great opening match.
Yeah, the mixture with the high flying. Michael Cole and Byron Saxton on the commentary itself was kind of odd.
Yeah, because you have NXT and Raw essentially sitting next to each other.
Yeah, well, besides the point was like they forgot that Jericho could fly, that he had that high fly capability.
Y2J, yeah, he could fly.
So it was just like, what's going? Like, it was weird for Michael Cole. Like, he forgot that he started as like a lucha star, kind of, sort of. And
Wait, Michael Cole's still around?
yeah,
Yeah.
he is the voice of the WWE.
But you know what? I heard a really
Wow.
weird rumor, and if I'm wrong, the fans can correct me. You guys can correct me. But I heard a rumor that Chris Jericho was a doink at one time.
There's a possibility
That's
because
what I mean.
they were doing the multiple.
Yeah, that's what I mean, I could be wrong, but I mean, I was like, that seems plausible. I could see
Doink
that.
the clown.
Yeah.
Dude, I love
That's say what you want about Doink, he was a good wrestler.
Hey, there was Dink, Mink, and Pink.
Yeah.
And Wink.
Exactly.
Minis.
The minis, yeah.
But he was pretty sadistic. He was a pretty scary guy. So
I loved him, dude.
The next match, of course, holds a place in my heart. Nikki Bella over Paige and Tamina Snuka in Tokyo, Japan. Nikki is showing her worth in this as could be her last run until her contract's over, but I haven't heard anything yet on her contract situation. I know Ernest has his feels on the WWE Divas, so we're going to shoot it real quick to him.
I think I took a nap during that match. I'm sorry.
Wait a minute.
Because-
The Divas are still around?
yeah.
yeah.
I'm still stuck with like Lita and Trish Stratus era.
Those were the good times.
Yeah. That was a WWF Attitude Era. That was the best time.
Oh, that was a great time.
Hell
Yeah, I think I took a nap. Sorry, Jesse. Nikki Bella does not appeal to me like she does to you.
But you know what? I actually like Nikki Bella as a heel instead of a face.
Most definitely. She works better as a heel. I think that's just when she was trying to be face, it just wasn't catching.
No.
But as a heel, she's more fitted for it. The mean girl type looking thing. So it was. I liked the match. I actually enjoyed it. Tamina Snuka actually showed what she was capable of again, coming off that injury. Paige too. Paige is just Paige, and it's going to be interesting to see because the NXT divas, once they get introduced into the main roster, because no one wants to face the Bellas. The whole women's locker room in the back, they're all scared.
Oh,
Paige
my
is-
ass.
And Paige is
My
trying.
ass.
And Paige is trying to get a following going. So I won't be surprised that the NXT divas start showing up little by little. I'm predicting Charlotte Flair is going to be the first one.
Oh, yes.
Charlotte or Becky Lynch?
Yeah, it's going to be or Sasha. It's going to be one of the three.
I'm pretty sure it will be like Charlotte just due to the legacy.
Okay, I just stumbled upon this on Facebook. Is this for real?
Yeah. Oh yeah, the Total Divas show. Yeah, it's awesome.
I know
For
this is
you,
gonna-
maybe,
I-
Jesse. For you. I don't watch it.
I know this is gonna get me in the boo box, but I watch it. It's honestly the guiltiest pleasure I have.
Now, the question is, Natty Neidhart, is that Jim the Anvo Night? No
Yeah.
shit!
Yeah.
God damn, that's awesome.
And
Wait, daughter or?
daughter.
Yeah. Dude, it's like WWE is like a family
I
business.
see his face. Yeah, baby! That's all I hear. Wow, I'm amused by this.
Oh yeah, you should. I mean, it's very interesting to see now that all the second generation wrestlers are coming. Like Tamina Snuka, she's the daughter of Superfly. Then you have, Sasha Banks is not a second gen wrestler, but she is the niece of Snoop Dogg. And you have Charlotte Flair, of course, Ric Flair's daughter.
Oh wow.
And so, I mean, you're starting to get that second generation female wrestlers in there as well, just like the males, of course, with their second, third, and fourth generation wrestlers.
They have their roots planted in WWE.
Yeah, like The Rock. I mean, the whole family is like a dynasty.
Oh yeah,
The Rock is still around.
He's around, like he'll wrestle, but I mean, his family is like
The Samoans.
Yeah, the Samoans
everyone
itself.
is
Roman
the whole
Reigns,
family is wrestling.
The Usos. Yeah,
That's
it's
cool.
Crazy. Now we're gonna talk about the most like one-sided match on the card.
Oh, the one that died? Yeah.
Rest in peace, Kofi Kingston.
Exactly.
As he lost to Brock Lesnar and like it was like a 3-minute match.
Yeah, that was so weird. That was so random.
Yeah, I know. That's exactly it. It was so random. I didn't even know about the match until like days before it.
Yeah, they weren't shooting for Brock, and I guess to promote the event even more, they needed
A big star.
a main event push.
But that wasn't the main event.
Yeah, but a main event player, so they put in Brock Lesnar as his first match back from Mania. So, I mean, Kofi tried his best.
I don't know. He didn't. No. It was a fly on the wall. He was like, and then, bye-bye.
Well, I mean, Brock's just a super freak. There's no way. Joe, your thoughts?
I think my thoughts is that as random as it was, I don't think WWE could have afforded to use a big main star and have them get injured. Because I know the first time, I don't know when it was an event, John Cena versus Brock Lesnar. The first time they fought, it was like a beatdown. I mean, he beat the shit out of him. So I think with Kofi, it's like, if he gets hurt, we're not going to lose money, because I mean, it was just
collateral damage.
Yeah, so it was just like, it's your funeral, kid. So, but yeah, it was so random because they built it up, they hyped it up. It's like, oh, he's coming back, and then to fight him, it's like, really? All right, like I would have liked to see him fight Kane. That would have been kind of interesting.
I'm just here like, what are you all talking about? I'm just like, still like in awe about this Total Divas thing. I'm like, what the hell is this?
It's surprisingly addictive. Like it's staged, but I mean, it's addictive.
It's
They
sort of
use
like
it-
a docudrama.
Yeah, they use it for their storyline to coincide with storyline now.
It's like, I guess, wrestling for females who are not into wrestling.
So pretty much like just a reality TV show.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
just something for like girls to watch or like people who are not into wrestling, but they want to see the drama.
It's the Kardashians with wrestling.
Exactly.
I'll be in the boo box.
But yeah, I watch it. It's just one of those things where it's like, because at first my brother was watching it, and then he would tell me about it. He's like, oh, it's like staged, but it's all right. Like, he's not a huge fan, but it's ambient noise to some point for him while he reads. So, but that's how it is. I was like, all right, I'll check it out. So
I was a fan of Total Divas since it
Yeah.
since it
I'm not. I'm probably not. I'm not a fan of Divas. No.
Now we go to what I think is the show stealer of the main event
Ooh.
that was scheduled, and that was Finn Balor versus Kevin Owens for the NXT Championship. And of course, we have a new NXT champion, Finn Balor. Joe, Finn over Owens, do you agree?
I agree. And I think what I wanted to say earlier was that Neville, Finn Balor, and Kevin Owens, they are almost going to be, and like I said, I'm going to probably get heat for this. I feel that they're going to be this generation's Hardys and Dudley Boys. And maybe Christian and Edge. Like
There's
that kind of like...
only one Dudley Boys.
Yeah, I know. But
Devon, Bubba Ray,
yeah.
Big Dick Dudley,
There you go.
and What's that little one?
Little Spike.
Spike Dudley.
Yeah. But I mean, it's just
You motherfucker.
I know, but it's just
EC fucking W.
I know they put on some great matches, but I just like their heart and soul. I feel they might be the next ones. I do. I mean, they put on a great show. I mean, that Kevin Owens is like, you know, he's a great heel. He's big and he moves. He can give a beating, and
he can take
really
a beating
impressive.
too.
Yeah.
No doubt.
You know, Mick Foley posted he did a post on Facebook around social media, saying that he's going to be forgotten because of Kevin Owens, for the size that he is. Mick Foley regrets a little bit that he wasn't able to wrestle through the abilities that he had, that he was more known for his hardcore style.
Yeah.
While you look at Kevin Owens, who's almost the same size as Mick Foley, but he is more agile.
Yeah, but with Mick Foley, that was his whole gimmick, doing hardcore. Like that's what sold tickets. Versus Kevin Owens, he's more technical wrestling.
Bang bang, motherfucker.
Exactly.
Yeah, I was gonna say you're always gonna remember Mick Foley.
Oh, yeah, there's no way to erase the memories of what happened with him and Taker and all that kind of
So
stuff.
I think it's more of I think Mick Foley is just like treading that water just a little bit, because you look at the big guys that WWE has had. I mean, Mick Foley is actually, I'll probably rank him like 6 out of all the big guys that they've had wrestle, like on his same kind of shape. Kevin Owens being number 1. Then I would put Bam Bam Bigelow number 2. And I would even put Vader right under Bam Bam.
You're talking about big husky guys.
Yeah.
You're not talking about like built, heavy, muscles popping out
Yeah.
everywhere. You're talking about heavy set guys, like just
Exactly.
chunky guys.
And these guys fly. They were high flyers. While Mick Foley, even though his style was based on hardcore, could he have done just a little bit more? Like that's what he's thinking in his head when he posted that's what he was thinking. Could he have done more besides his hardcore to make him well known, I guess?
I would say maybe, but then again, I think at that point in his life, he was pretty much really hurt, or at least really couldn't move as fast as like Kevin Owens is right now.
Yeah, but could the other wrestlers do the stuff that Mick Foley did?
I don't think.
Yeah.
I don't think they could.
Yeah, so Mick Foley has
His spot.
Yeah, his spot, but I don't know why he's reminiscing as far as saying, "Oh, I should have done more." Dude, you did a lot already for this industry, and you're respected for it. So just chill out, dude. Chill out, chill out, Foley. It's okay.
I'm always good like Mick Foley no matter what. Mankind, especially Dude Love, that gimmick was the best one ever, in my opinion. I mean, come on, sweet shin music. That's awesome.
He was just amazing. I mean, I saw him do I guess a stand-up spoken word.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that was
Really
actually that was an
great.
awesome
Yeah.
show. Mr. Sacco, motherfucker.
And as we move forward now, of course, Owens now not the NXT champion anymore. He has his match at Battleground against John Cena
Mm-hmm.
for the U.S. title. Steve-O.
Yeah.
That was sounding enthusiastic.
Cena versus Owens. I know you haven't seen much of Kevin Owens.
I don't even know who the hell Cena or Owens is. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna lots of hate mail. I'm not gonna support Horrors Universe no more. Fuck you, Steve-O. I'm
If it make you
sorry.
feel better, I'll do like a podcast with you and Nick about something that I have no idea about, and I'll be like, and then I'll probably get ramshacked. Or something.
I guess I would say. Wait, who?
We got John Cena, who is the United States champion.
Uh-huh.
Current. He's actually like the face of WWE. He's been the face of WWE for 10 years plus. Now, Kevin Owens is an up and comer. Of course, he's like we said, he's reminiscent of Mick Foley style, maybe a little bit more technical than Mick Foley is. Cena has just been the face. He's like the guy.
Okay, if it's to me, if it's hardcore, I would say Owens. I mean, because I grew up with ECW and the old school wrestling matches of the barbed wire.
And he is reminiscent of that style.
Then I would say Owens.
Okay, I'm gonna just show you 2 pictures. Which picture you're gonna like best, and then you decide.
Please, God, I want to be a picture. Okay, thank God. I thought it was gonna be a picture of this bunghole naked.
No.
I'm like,
that's for horrors of the universe because that's scary.
this guy right here.
That's Kevin Owens, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
You chose correctly. You chose wisely.
But you know what? I think if Kevin Owens does win the U.S. title, I think that'll be a pretty good boost for him. You know.
We were discussing this earlier when we were buying chicken.
That was pretty good chicken too.
It was.
Popeye's chicken, the shiznit.
We'll probably do a podcast about that next.
Well, Kevin Owens has got like 50 billion storylines going around him right now. You had the Finn Balor one. Then you have the Samoa Joe one.
Oh.
You have Sami Zayn. And now you have John Cena. So he's got 4 storylines all over the place.
I guess, I don't know. I guess it's up to him to pick which storyline he wants to continue or let the other one fall through the cracks. I really don't know. But, okay, this is what I was discussing with you, Jesse. I think Owens is going to lose.
Now go into detail now that we're on the podcast.
I don't know why, but I just see him. I think they're kind of building up this story, or the creative is trying to push where he's going to lose his mind essentially and lose focus and basically fall to Cena. Remember we were talking about what's best for business? I think what's best for business at this point, I think he's going to lose. Will be a fantasy win will be him winning against Cena and finally showing Cena that he's no longer, Cena.
Uh-huh.
That's what I think.
I'm just here.
Now I got to go for what's best for business. WWE sense. The sense for this is clear. Owens will beat Cena for the United States Championship. You're going to take that and introduce Samoa Joe to the main roster. And you're going to have Samoa Joe versus Kevin Owens for the next couple events, either via WWE pay-per-view via the network or NXT pay-per-view via network. NXT's got one coming up in Brooklyn. So I won't be surprised if Kevin Owens wins that title and we have Samoa Joe versus Kevin Owens. And before I had... Finn is the one who jumped Hito Itami. That's what's going to happen. They're going to turn Finn heel. They're going to turn heel.
Interesting.
I want to see, I don't know why, but I want to see Samoa Joe versus Ryback.
That would actually be an interesting match.
Yeah.
Well, they need to introduce him, I guess, like now, for Samoa Joe, because his merchandise is selling through the roof right now. He's like number 2, I believe, in merch.
Number 1?
And you know what's
Kevin
funny?
Owens.
Still Kevin Owens? Really? Oh, shit.
And you know what's funny is that's what kind of helped Samoa Joe become on the main roster for WWE was that they sold his shirt and it just sold like hotcakes.
Oh, yeah.
And they were like, obviously we have a gold mine here.
Yeah, that's how Vince works.
Yeah.
Once he sees money, you're good.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And Finn's number 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
I think I want to say I have actually seen Kevin Owens fight for ROH.
Kevin Owens as Kevin Steen in ROH was probably the best that he was at that time.
I can't remember when it was, but I remember seeing him because I know he still had the same shirt. And I was like, I've seen that before. Where was it? I told my friend Milo, I was like, I think we've seen it before. He's like, yeah, we saw him before. So
Yeah, they changed it from Steen fight to
no, it was Steen
kill Steen kill, I think it was.
Yeah.
And then they switched it to fight Owens fight and kept the same moniker going on, as a lot of them do. Of course, CM Punk did the same thing when he came over.
Who?
CM Punk. Oh, Chicago made Punk probably the best wrestler.
He's
some people
like I'm not joking. He's almost considered the second Roddy Piper.
Yeah.
Like seriously, that's what some people are saying. He's the second Roddy Piper. Even Roddy Piper said the only person that comes close to being the next me is CM Punk.
He drops pot bombs like all over the place.
I'll show you some of his stuff. He's really good.
This is CM Punk.
That's CM Punk.
He is the master of the promo.
Okay.
He may not look it, but trust me, he can wrestle. And he actually went into MMA.
Hey, that's cool. I mean,
Yeah.
wait, that's the guy seeing the pictures everywhere.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's. I was wondering, like, people, because I see a lot of people posting, like, "Oh my god, he went MMA." Who?
Yeah.
CM Punk. Who? What's that? The hell is CM Punk? Just look at this dude. Like, you got me.
If it'll make you feel better, if you guys ever do, like, if you and Nick ever do like an industrial podcast, just invite me on, and I'll be like, "Yeah, I like Nine Inch Nails," and then I'll be it, and I'll just sit there playing on my phone, like, just texting people, going, "Hey, I'm on a podcast again." So.
Now we're actually going to get to a wrestler who I think Steve-O knows.
Okay.
So, the main event for Beast in the East in Tokyo was Dolph Ziggler and John Cena versus Wade Barrett and Kane.
That's my favorite.
Now Kane is now corporate Kane. He's
Huh?
Corporate
Kane.
He
Yeah.
has ditched the mask.
He just wears pants like slacks.
And that's it.
Yeah.
The big red machine.
Wear slacks.
He's basically, like, honestly, he reminds me, and I'm not putting him down because I love him too, but he is like the bull of WWE with little to no comedy.
What has happened to wrestling? I'm sorry, Vince McMahon. What have you done?
Hey, remember Corporate Ministry?
I love the corporate ministry.
Really?
Fuck yeah.
Corporate Ministry was pretty good.
I'm like the only person who wasn't a fan of Corporate Ministry.
The only thing.
What the hell? That's corporate Kane.
Yeah.
So pretty much it's Jacob Goodnight, but in slacks.
Yeah.
Pretty much, yeah.
Which, by the way, that movie was terrible. Oh, I'm sorry. This ain't Horrors Universe.
Now,
Totally check us out, guys. Horrors of the Universe. You'll like our stuff. Anywho.
now we're gonna go to our next topic.
Hold on 1 second before we get next topic. I was surprised that the Finn Balor and Kevin Owens was not the actual main event. It was the tag team that was main event.
Yeah.
That was weird to me. I don't know if anybody found that right.
I thought that Brock Lesnar was going to be the main event. I mean, it was all centered around him. So I think that he was going to be the main event.
It was promoted weird.
It's
Yeah.
Japan. Japan is weird.
So
I think that's what with Japan they do things backwards. So they did the whole main event.
Yeah. So
I don't know.
I guess the only thing I could think is probably just time wise, maybe, like, because
Yeah,
I think it's like a pretty long flight.
yeah,
so.
well they stayed an extra. They stayed an extra day,
Yeah.
and then they flew back for Monday. I know Finn Balor actually fought Chris Jericho on the next event, and Kevin Owens actually jumped John Cena in Tokyo before flying back to Monday.
And they had no intention of filming this.
Yeah.
No.
I would
It's WWE.
I would love to see Finn Balor versus Chris Jericho.
Yeah, it was one of those where, again, that's what Chris Jericho does. This was an exception, but Jericho basically said he's not going to do any TV.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to do TV at all. He's just doing live events. So this was a special. He wants to.
The man who made his fortune on TV doesn't want to be on TV anymore.
Yeah, he wants to bring back the moments.
I guess. And then again, Chris Jericho still believes in kayfabe.
This is the look on my face right now, what y'all are talking about when it comes to wrestling nowadays. I'm like,
Yeah. But you know what? I just.
totally my face. I'm like, huh?
But I think if Chris Jericho does anything, I think he'll still bring fans. So even if it's on TV, doing promos or wrestling in house shows, people are going to see him. Hell,
yeah.
I'll see him.
Oh yeah, I mean that's just like Metallica at X Games.
Yeah.
It was the same thing. Jericho, when you hear Jericho's gonna be there, that drives ticket sales.
Oh my God, it's Jericho!
Yeah, pretty
I know-
much.
Fozzy! Oh my God, Fozzy!
I know he was at South Park Mall, and I kind of wanted to see him, but I just forgot what happened, but I missed it, but I heard it was pretty cool.
I'm still stuck with the Walls of Jericho. I mean, when he was in WCW.
Yeah.
Oh,
no,
yeah,
no,
yeah.
that was.
He still has it.
Yeah.
He still does it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I actually enjoyed him a lot more in WCW when this. I mean,
Was it
yeah, when he
WCW
left.
or WAF, because remember, Balls of Jericho did not premiere to WWF.
Yeah, he had the Lion Tamer in WCW.
That's right.
That's. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm at the Lion Tamer. Sorry, fans. I failed you. But I actually did enjoy him in WCW a lot more. This whole Y2J thing, I remember seeing that promo and I was like, how old was I? I think I was in high school when I heard about Y2J. Yeah, because he came
Yeah.
out in 2000.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was just like, Y2J, what is this? Really? Jericho? Ah. Okay, I like you.
All right. Our next topic: top 5 wrestlers of all time.
It's not going to be talking about Topless Joe?
Oh, that can happen. Just you wait.
I'm out of here.
You just turn around. I'm already naked.
So we're gonna do the top 5 wrestlers of all time. Now, you could cross on the top 5. You could cross Jen, and it just depends on how you guys wanted how you want to rate your wrestlers.
Can it be? Oh, okay.
So-
Shut up, Joe.
So we'll go ahead and we'll start with Joe. Top 5 wrestlers.
Hurry up.
I'll do my best.
You suck.
It's in no order because they're all number 1 to me.
I was number 1 to you.
You're number 1 for something else, but not wrestling.
Okay.
You're my number 1 guy. That's from Batman.
I know. Wait, no. He didn't say that.
All right, what does he say?
He says, remember, you are my number 1, and I.
There you go. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
I'm always screwing it up.
Boo bucks for you.
I gotta say Ric Flair. Ric Flair is definitely in the 5. Ric Flair. Are we going by wrestling promos or
It's
just in
however you
general?
want. Yeah, however you want to rate your own top 5.
Macho Man is the number 1 promo of all time. I mean, that guy, as cuckoo bananas as he may come off, he knew how to talk.
You mean madness.
Yeah. I would probably say Ric Flair. It's like trying to pick my favorite kid. I don't have kids, but if I had kids, I'd be like, kids, this is a lot easier for your wrestlers.
So pretty much your number 1 choice is Ric Flair.
I would say Ric Flair because, I mean, growing up, he was like he was a smooth talker and he knew how to walk. And he was really badass.
Why don't you reenact the whole strut for us? Please don't.
Yeah, I'll just knock over everything. I got the. I'm like 6'2", so I'll be like, kicking everything over. And so
I'm pretty sure you may cave into the floor.
exactly. I would probably say Ric Flair, the Hardys, Dudley Boys. I mean, that one, I forgot where it was, and anyone can correct me, but they did that ladder match. It was
They
like a
did
triple threat.
3 of them, actually.
Yeah, that was like, I mean, that is the definite definition of like a ladder match.
Yeah, the TLCs, I'm assuming.
Oh,
with
they
the Dudleys.
own that. I mean, there's no one that can compare. to
I'll
that
never
match.
forget when Edge actually did the spear in the midair.
Yeah,
That was
badass.
amazing.
And that was during the Attitude Era, right?
Yeah, that was the Attitude Era.
Oh, we will never get that again. And maybe, like I said, with Finn Balor, Neville, and Kevin Owens, maybe, But let me see. Probably Bobby the Brain Heenan.
Aw.
Bobby the Brain Heenan and Gorilla Monsoon are just the greatest commentators ever. The only ones that come close is probably Jim Ross and Jerry Lawler.
Mm.
And I know they're not. I mean, yeah, they were wrestlers, but now they're commentators. But still, I mean, those are probably the guys that I probably say the most. Like, okay, those are my favorites.
I'm so glad you did not say Todd Pettengill.
Oh, God, no.
I'm pretty sure. I'm surprised you actually remember Todd Pettengill.
Yeah.
I was like,
How could you
good.
forget?
Well, didn't he actually have a show called on Saturday morning on Channel 31 called Live Wire?
Live one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that.
And then he tried to sell a lot of Shawn Michaels merchandise.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Steve-O,
Hmm?
your top 5 wrestlers of all time.
That's easy. Number 5, I would have to say Shit pickle.
He was great. I loved his work.
My number 5 has to be Jeff Hardy.
Yes.
Actually, when I first saw him come out, I remember when they were called just the Hardy Boys, and they were just all pretty boy whatever. But what's the manager's name? One of the Fabulous Freebirds,
Michael Hayes.
Michael Hayes. When you first brought him out, Jeff and Matt Hardy, like all in kickwear, I was like, what's going on here? Why do it look like they're all badasses now? And when I freaking saw that Swanton, like, holy shit, this guy's fucking awesome. It's seen like TOC matches and all the fights he's done, but later on after I was like, yeah, I don't know you no more. Number 4, the Big Boss Man.
Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
The Big Boss Man, I liked him when he first came out, like in all the blue, but I actually liked him a lot better when he was corporate.
Oh yeah, like the bouncer. He was badass.
Dude, he was amazing. Yeah. Just the way he just did that little thing with the nightstick. I'm sorry, but I would be scared of him.
Yeah. Did you ever see him on WCW when he was
as Big Bubba?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a
I
bouncer?
remember one time he came out. He was Big Bubba, and then he became the dog catcher.
Really?
Yeah, I'm not sure if you remember that, but he came out a dog catcher, and I was like, really? What is this? Then he came back, and I was like, fuck yes, corporates.
One of I'm sorry to interrupt. One of the most interesting things I remember, I could think one of his adversaries was Nails.
Dude, that was a best match.
Yeah, and I actually saw him. I think he's still wrestling like indie promo stuff, and he still does the whole prison get up.
Yeah,
but he doesn't have that voice modulator anymore. So when you hear him, it's like, wow, the magic's gone.
It's funny how you say that. Actually, still around and does his gimmick, the Goon.
Oh,
yeah.
The Goon. But I think the worst heel had to be, what's his name? That baseball player.
The Brooklyn Brawler.
Yeah. No. It wasn't a Brooklyn Brawler.
He had he painted his face like a baseball.
Yeah, he painted like a
I don't
baseball.
I know who you're talking about. I just can't think of his name off the top of my head.
Man, that guy was the worst heel ever.
Oh my god.
Okay, so that was my number 4, right? Number 3, I would have to say. Come on, Steve-O. Think you had a good list and you freaking forgot.
It's all right.
It's your fault, Joe. Oh yes, Gangrel.
Oh yeah.
When I first saw Gangrel, I was just like, holy hell. Actually, it's because I was going through my goth phase. I'm like, what is this dude? He's got fangs, and he's got the same shirt I have, that freaking ruffled up shirt, and the whole blood, and just spitting out. I was like, this is so cool. I actually used to have a shirt of the Brood. It was probably like a little, like, customized made, but I got it at Petite. It had Edge and Christian and Gangrel holding the blood. Oh yeah, it was amazing. I wish I still had that shirt. But Gangrel and his DDT freaking finishing move.
Oh yeah,
awesome.
It was more his entrance, I think, that captivated.
Oh, the entrance when he came out of the fire.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I think that captivated the universe, and that set up that.
Just the one thing that sucked was his music.
Yeah, I know song. I actually found out he does porn now. Like he directs porn.
Yeah,
he directs it.
There's like wrestling.
Please don't tell me with his wife.
Who was his wife?
Luna Vachon.
Yeesh.
You know what? I think Luna passed away.
Yeah. What? Oh shit.
Yeah, a couple of years ago.
Sorry, Gangrel, you're cool. I liked you as a vampire hunter back in WCW.
Wow.
Yeah, Gangrel had to be the best entrance ever to me. But until when the Ministry of Darkness had them like little bitches, I was like, wow. But then came Naked Midian.
Oh, Naked Minion.
Yeah, Minion, yeah. But I thought it was Midian.
It's Minion.
No?
Yeah, it's Minion. It was pronounced Minion.
Oh, well, I know it was Viscera, Midian, and the Brood, and
Who was the Brood's, I guess, adversaries?
It was the Hardys.
The Hardys.
I could have sworn someone else.
The Hardys.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
It was
because it just escalated to them, and then okay.
As you can tell, I'm going more to the era stage.
Yeah.
That was my number 3, right? Gangrel. Number 2 has to be Kane.
Yes.
Kane, because when I heard about his story from Paul Bearer, I was a kid. I was in middle school. I was excited, like, who's this Kane character? Then all of a sudden, I saw Bad Blood. Then you see the music just start up, everything fades to black, and I was like, holy fuck, that's Kane. Wait a minute, that's the Christmas creature. I recognize him.
Wasn't he also Isaac Yankem, DDS?
Yes, he was Isaac Yankem DDS. He was Fake Diesel, and he was also, I'm not sure you remember this, back in WCW, he was Oz. No, I'm sorry. Oz was fucking Kevin Nash. In WCW, he was, God, what was it? No, he was Chris Creature.
See, I don't know. I remember that. I remember he was Isaac Yankem, but I mean.
DDS, yeah. He was, I'm sorry. He was Fake Diesel. He was the Christmas Creature, Isaac Yankem.
But wasn't his story like he was Jerry Lawler's personal dentist?
Yes.
I remember he would actually attack, what was his rival? Oh, Bret Hart.
Yeah, they had a feud going, and Jerry Lawler had basically all these people attack Bret Hart.
Man, that theme song was ridiculous.
Well, the 90s, God bless them, they really tried. So,
but yeah, I mean, Kane, no matter what, but until we got unmasked, I was like, yeah, bye. Then came See No Evil. Sorry, saying Horrors of the Universe. My number one will always be this, and I'm going to be this until the day I die. I am a Hulkamaniac for life.
God, yes.
Hulk Hogan is the best. I don't give a shit. He made bad movies, but Suburban Commando was the shit. And so was No Holds Barred. Mr. Nanny, yeah, I'm sorry. Three Ninjas, oh God. High Noon Mega Mountain was just a disaster. But Hulk Hogan's always going to be my favorite.
The Hulkster.
I'm a Hulkamaniac to the day I die. I remember one story before I end my thing. My mom actually bought me the Hulk Hogan, the actual...
The shirt?
The shirt.
Yeah.
I got it. I tore it up. And she got so mad at me. It's like, I'm sorry. I'm the Hulkster.
It was like, by law, you had to.
Yeah. Dude, I had everything.
Yeah.
I had the headband, had the wrestling buddy, had the shirts, the pillow, the blankets. I think I have a problem.
Despite all his personal politics, I still love him as Hulkster.
Fuck yeah. Despite what happens, I don't care a shit. I mean, Hulk Hogan is my number one. I will be a Hulkamaniac. I mean, even when it came to San Antonio for that churches thing, I so want to hug him and be like, I love you.
I thought he said he wanted to hump him.
Just take it. Just go with it.
It almost sounded like it.
But you know what's funny is that when
I wanted to.
But you know what's funny is that when he turned heel, that blew my mind.
NWO for life.
Yeah, like I've seen, faces turn heels, but when he did it, I was like,
Hollywood Hulk Hogan, dude.
yeah, I was calling people, like, are you fucking watching this?
I remember like when I saw him coming out as Hollywood Hulk Hogan and that theme song he did with Jimi Hendrix, I was like, hell yeah.
He was badass heel and face.
And I'm not gonna lie, when Undertaker actually did defeat him in Survivor Series, I cried my eyes out.
That was a good one.
There was an event here in San Antonio. It was a live event, and it was the only time Hulk Hogan was put into the body bag. It wasn't aired, but Undertaker beat Hulk Hogan. It was for the World Heavyweight Championship. It was changed at a live event. And I was here. He tombstoned him, did the 1, 2, 3. Undertaker looked at Paul Bearer, and sure enough, here comes the body bag. He put the Hulkster in, put him over his shoulder, and he went out of the building. That's how the event ended. That was leading into Survivor Series. The next night, Hulk Hogan beat Undertaker, recaptured the title. And then they went on for their for another run for the heavyweight championship. I always remember that was epic because that was also the same night Shawn Michaels turned on Marty Jannetty.
That's right.
Yeah,
that was epic. Ernest,
I'm stuck in the WCW, so a lot of my stuff is gonna be WCW. 5 will have to be La Parka.
La Parka,
Yeah.
nice.
well, he's cross-gen, man. He goes all the way to AAA and CMLL too.
Yo,
Which was the one with his dragon? He was from Japan.
Ultimate Dragon.
Yeah, that one.
Ultimate
That's
Dragon?
number 4.
wow.
Eddie Guerrero, 3. I probably shouldn't say this, but Chris Benoit was 2.
There's no reason to hate Chris Benoit, man.
I know. He was a good wrestler, but with things he did, shame on him. And number 1, Sting.
Yeah.
I knew your number 1 was gonna be Sting.
What's wrong with Sting?
No, it was just. It was. Just,
I'm a big Sting fan.
He's a
that's
big
why.
Sting fan.
Yeah.
I was just like.
Even when he went all crow-like, that was cool.
Yeah.
no,
I was so disappointed
You
with
see-
the WrestleMania match
Oh,
between
yes.
Triple H because
Yeah.
I was like, oh, it's getting badass, and it was just such a letdown.
I remember actually seeing a couple of posts on Facebook when Sting first came on to WWE. Excuse me. I was like, huh? He's still around? And I saw the video and I was just like, that's cool.
I was hoping to see him fight Undertaker.
They're gonna probably eventually try to.
They're
tease
gonna
that.
try to do it.
Yeah.
Question is this still the same theme song?
No.
No, they had to change
No.
it. Unfortunately,
They didn't really have to change it, but I think Sting wanted to change it.
Yeah, because it was WWE. It was something new thing.
Yeah.
I think the only thing I didn't like Sting that he did, and it's his time in TNA, is when he went Joker.
Yeah, he went Joker.
I remember that.
He
I
dropped
never
the
saw
Crow.
it. Yeah.
He dropped Crow and went with Joker.
I remember that.
Wow.
I saw that and I was like, is this for real?
And I think that was the
What was that? What, like a 1-year run?
that was near his last couple of years in TNA. It was just a shame. And Hogan jumped out, went back to WWE, and then Sting went back to. Sting also followed suit to WWE with that.
Oh my God, I'm looking at it right now. Wow.
Yeah, right here. The Joker face paint.
That
I
man
think-
will not say no to an idea.
Yeah, no. He
Poor Sting.
looks.
We still love
Yeah, I still love you, Sting.
You look like a juggalo, Sting.
You had to pay the bills. It's okay.
Sorry. Whoop whoop. I'm not a juggalo, but I'm just giving you all before I get jumped.
Yeah.
I know how the routine goes.
So my number 5 is Chris Benoit. Number 4, for me, Eddie Guerrero. Number 3, I'm gonna go a little old school. I'm gonna say Kerry Von Erich
Wow.
for mine. Number 2 is a little harder, but it's the sense, and that is The Undertaker.
Yes.
And my number 1, just because it's a little, I think he started it all. He started the trend, and he gets a bad rap just because he's not all there, I don't think. But he's the one who changed the whole WWF going into WWF and WWE. And he gets a lot of bad rap because he does put down WWE a lot in Vince McMahon, and that is superstar Billy Graham. And
Yeah, same thing. I don't know. That's probably really old school.
Superstar Billy Graham is the first bodybuilder looking guy,
Oh, okay.
like Hulk Hogan body style.
Yeah.
He was the very first one. Master of the promo, just as well as Dusty Rhodes. And they modeled him off of, Nintendo used him as Super Macho Man.
Really?
Yep. He does all the same poses as Billy Graham did in Mike Tyson's Punch Out and Punch Out.
Wow.
American dream. He's just a common man, working hard with
Our next one is the Dusty Rhodes. Of course, we lost Dusty Rhodes about 3 weeks ago. It was a shame. He was a pioneer in the industry. I could always remember Dusty. Before I go on to mine, I'm going to go ahead. Joe, memorable Dusty Rhodes moment.
As far as wrestling wise goes, my favorite moment was on I think the top 10 shocking moments, or the top 10 what the fuck moments, and it was Dusty talking about the Shockmaster. And if you haven't seen it, I don't want to explain it because I'm gonna fuck it up, but the story he tells is amazing and it's funny as hell. And it's just, oh man, with Dusty, to me, in my opinion, he was the working class Ric Flair. You know, he talked and he could walk, and yeah, he was a big guy, but he could wrestle. And when I heard about it, I was like, no way. And I was just so like devastated because, you know, he's a legend. To see him go, and it sucks, especially that way. You know, it's like, you know, I was just hoping old age, not like this. But I mean, he left a legacy, and he his two sons, you know, are really just putting their name out there. And I think with that, we're going to be okay. But, yeah, I would say, I mean, not so much wrestling-wise, but that story he tells about Shockmaster is my favorite, and it's a beautiful story.
That's how Dusty Rhodes always remembered by a lot of them. This past Monday, they had a show about stories of Dusty Rhodes. Pretty much. I mean, that's how Dusty liked to live his style, was telling stories.
Yeah.
So that moment is one of his favorites, even though it was a complete failure. And he would probably laughed about it too. And he probably laughed about it too. So
I will say this: if anyone wants to look up Dean Ambrose doing Dusty Rhodes impressions, it is uncanny, so close to it.
Steve-O, Dusty Rhodes moment.
My favorite Dusty Rhodes moment has to be the superpowers when they
Yes.
unite. That team was awesome. And of course, you know, I also do remember my other favorite moments. I mean, I knew who he was, but I was still kind of young when I saw Dusty Rhodes. Had to be when he was with, I think it was him and Coco Beware fought in Survivor Series. I forgot which match it was, but man, it's been so long though. But I think that, and when he confronted his son Dustin Runnels when he turned all gold dust.
Oh, yeah.
I think those are actually, to me, my best moments. So sorry, I don't really have that much to say about Dusty Rhodes, but long live the American Dream, dude.
I will say this. I'm sorry. I loved how Goldust was just so bizarre, and then he went away for a while, and he came back so much better, and I love that. You know, he just took some time, worked on himself, and he still has a gimmick, which is amazing, but he is way better now.
Oh, yeah. This is his best look that he
Yeah,
did
we talked
since
about this
IC.
several podcasts back. You
Yeah.
know how Dusty or Goldust looks now. He looks so much healthier, so much in shape and all that stuff.
I
now.
just hope that he doesn't have a relapse or anything
Yeah.
since the passing.
I haven't actually seen the way he looks now.
He looks a little bit thinner, but he's more like lucid. Like he's just so like fast.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Ernest, favorite Goldust moment. Favorite Dusty Rhodes moment.
Goldust.
To be fair, I haven't really seen much of Dusty Rhodes as far as his wrestling or any of his promos until recently. I guess really the most memorable stuff is his promos for me. I mean, that's pretty much because, like I said, I never really seen him wrestle, but his promos I've seen just recently, and they're really amazing promos for the time and day he did those promos.
Dusty Rhodes, like Joe said, he's the working class Ric Flair. He was able to reach you. He made you feel what he was feeling. My favorite Dusty Rhodes moment happened at the Royal Rumble. He was in a feud with the $1 Million Man at the time.
That was the one. I got confused. Sorry.
And he had his manager, Sapphire.
Yeah.
And, of course, $1 Million Man, everybody has a price. $1 Million Man started sending Sapphire for coats, diamond rings. And at the Royal Rumble, he takes off. Sapphire gets into the limousine with the $1 Million Man. Sapphire drives off. And Dusty Rhodes chases Sapphire, yelling, "Not my Sapphire! Not my Sapphire!
Yes.
Not
Oh,
my
God. I
Sapphire!"
remember that. Yes.
That, to me, was probably the best. Besides his actual wrestling with Ric Flair, his 1 hour matches, his matches with Harley Race, his matches with Terry Funk, Dory Funk, endless matches all across the United States. Dusty Rhodes will always be remembered as the American Dream. We lost a warrior. We lost the madness. But this one was a little bit deeper in wrestling.
Yeah.
With this, we lost the dream.
Yeah. Because
And-
like in the 70s, he was like, I think, the only big guy who wasn't. He wasn't a pretty boy. He wasn't, muscle bound. He was pretty much, Joe everybody.
Mm-hmm. I just realized right now. Of course, the size and weight of Dusty reminds me of Kevin Owens.
Oh yeah, that's the whole. That was, if you really think about it, he was a unique individual because he set the precedent for
the big,
for the big guys.
Yeah.
He also technically, you could say he was the first Stone Cold Steve Austin, because he fought the Power at B, which was the Four Horsemen at that time. He fought the Money. So that Dusty Rhodes was a unique individual in himself at that time. Like, he was an unbelievable athlete for his size, and his promos able to draw in. But I mean, that if you look at that date that Dusty Rhodes died, John Wayne passed away that day. Christopher Lee died that day. And then we lost Dusty Rhodes. We lost
Actually, not well.
John
we
Wayne.
Dusty Rhodes died or passed away that day, but also some other people died that same day as well. I think it was.
Yeah, Christopher Lee passed away.
Yeah, that was like really like. I mean, old age.
Yeah.
But with Dusty was just out of left
surprising.
field. Like, I was like, no way.
And I think the best one, if you haven't heard his podcast, I think the Ross Report, Jim Ross, he states it best. I would recommend you give that on Podcast One. Give that a listen, because Jim Ross said it best with his podcast. I don't want to repeat it because it's a Jim Ross thing.
Yeah.
Him and Dusty were so close. You have to hear it from Jim Ross. It's one of those things. You guys check it out. It's an awesome podcast. Him remembering Dusty Rhodes. That's it, guys. Oh, before we forget, you guys, I know Horrors of the Universe is having a special event coming up if you're in the San Antonio
what is
area.
it, Steve-O?
What?
We're having a special event.
Oh, we are?
Yeah, July 18th, I think.
Where am I?
You'll be with
Where
us.
am I right now? All I see is Dr. Robotnik looking at me like he wants to eat me. I've seen Sonic EXE, motherfucker. He kills you. I blame Creepypasta. About that,
Yes.
July 18th at the Pika Pika Plaza, we will have the Ghastly Trio themselves, Mr. Creepypasta, Creepypasta Jr., and Miss Shadow Lovely. And I entitled this event Abandoned by San Antonio. If you don't know what I'm talking about, please look it up, Abandoned by Disney. You'll get the idea. Be Q&A session, meet and greets, photo ops. Hey, it's a free show, 2 to 6 p.m., all
Live
ages.
podcast.
Huh?
I thought we were doing a live podcast.
How dare you interrupt me?
Sorry.
Just for that, you're going to be eaten by Dr. Robotnik.
Damn it.
And yes, it will be a live podcast with the Horrors of the Universe crew and Creepypastas.
And there will also be some really cool vendors, artists, stores to check out with special giveaways from Blackfly Metamorphosis,
One Up
Dungeon.
Gaming,
Yeah,
and the Dungeon. And be sure to check out the whole thing as well. And there's a food court for y'all who are hungry. And be sure to check out Monster Burger. They have a little section at the Pika Pika Plaza. And where's this at?
Southeast Military.
That's right.
And it's a free event.
Free.
You don't have to pay anything, just showing up.
Just pay for the food and some other stuff.
Yeah. Cosplay is not mandatory, but it is encouraged, so...
I want to see lots of Jeff the Killers. I want to see Laughing Jacks, Jane the Killers, Masky, everything. If I see a Squidward suicide, I will buy you a Monster Burger.
I will now go dressed up as that just to get a free burger. There'll be like a long line of us going, yeah, we want just a burger.
Yeah, but you're not. Yeah, but you're supposed to be dead.
All right. I'll just slip my wrist.
No, he offs himself with a shotgun.
Okay, my bad. I just want the burger. The things
course.
I do for a burger.
Of course, we have our Anime Fun TV on Public Access Channel 20. You could also see You could also listen to the Horrors of the Universe podcast on Mixcloud. Was that correct?
That's correct. Just find us at mixcloud.com/Horrors of the Universe. And be sure to... Sorry, go ahead and finish. You were saying.
Go ahead, Steve.
No, you go ahead.
I was like, we're also going to be having a link on AnimeFunTV.com to the Mixcloud for Horrors of the Universe podcast, of course. If you didn't hear the beginning, they have now joined the Ultrasonic Entertainment family. So be sure to check out the links as well.
Ultrasonic. Oh, I get it now.
Yes.
I get it now. Sonic the Hedgehog.
You're going to the boo box.
I
Ernest.
know.
I was like, Ernest, I know we have some special things going on for Onicon submissions.
Yes,
AVs.
AV submissions for Onicon and Ikicon are now open on the website, AnimeFunTV.com. They are located on the right-hand side of the website. You got to make sure you go to a desktop. Do not try to show it on your mobile phone because it looks like crap. I know it does. But yeah, use your computer, right-hand side, AV contests, Ikicon, Onicon. Both of them due later this year to submit your videos.
Jeepers, so many cons.
I know. As opposed to ours, Abandoned by San Antonio.
July 18th,
Free.
2 to 6 p.m.
Pika Pika Plaza.
Shrek is love. Shrek is life.
Did you say Shrek is love?
Shrek is life.
Like Shrek. Like the...
Oh, I'll show you after this podcast.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. Y'all have a great night. Also, be sure to follow us on Facebook, Fatal 4A Podcast community page. We post questions. We keep you updated on everything that's going on in WWE, TNA, ROH, Lucha, all that good stuff. Y'all have a good night. Check out AnimeFunTV.com for any more postings. Also, our YouTube channel where this podcast is going to be placed. Be the Fatal 4A Podcast Jesse Lopez on YouTube. You guys have a great night. Thank you, Horrors of the Universe podcast, for being here today.
Thanks,
with our
guys.
Special guest.
And like I always say, stay tuned to the darkness.
Good night, everyone.
Take it easy.